Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Miraculous Ladybug, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
And April Collins.
Hi.
We are back to discuss Miraculous Ladybug, Season 2, Episode 12, Captain Hardrock, that premiered for the first time ever in the United States today, March 30th, on Netflix, because the first 12 episodes of Ladybug are out on Netflix US, including Captain Hardrock, which was a premiere. The previous 11 episodes we had already talked about on the Overly Animated Podcast, so check out our podcast on that at overlyanimated.com, and subscribe to us either on YouTube if you're listening there, or search for Overly Animated Miraculous Ladybug on iTunes, your favorite podcatcher, to subscribe to not miss any of our future Ladybug podcasts. We recently talked about Gorizilla. It was a great episode, and we're going to get into Captain Hardrock today, featuring Luca. Get all your Luca discussion here. We're going to get into Luca, so keep listening for the Luca talk. I know all the fans hotly anticipated our takes on Luca, but spoilers for Captain Hardrock. And Delaney, what did you think of this episode?
I did not like this episode.
Aww.
Oh boy, it just.
Luca.
Oh, really? Luca's the problem. We know.
Wait, why is he's the problem?
Let's introduce another boy and have.
We need more boys.
Marinette, we need more boys. Watch Marinette go gaga over him. Though I do think there was potential, because at the end we're watching it. My girlfriend's like, "Yay!" with Luca and Adrian.
Yeah, a lot of people. That's the new. That's the hot new ship. Yeah.
Luke-drian.
Yeah, I don't know what they're calling it.
Luke-drian. Yeah, it was. I don't know. This episode really, it just felt very season 1, and I just I was not feeling it, like the weird pirate lady, and then it was cool that they were having a concert. I did like the Adrian and his dad. I thought that was cool. They played a duet. It was cute. Natalie smiled.
Yeah. Wow, that deserves mention right away.
That's it. That's it, really.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just didn't. I think there were some good Marinette moments, and her being Ladybug, but other than that, I feel like this is a very basic episode. It felt very season 1, and I was just like, oh, we've come so far, and yet here we are.
Yeah. Okay. April, what did you think of Captain Hardrock?
I'm not as hype on it as I have been with previous ones, because I do agree with Delaney that it seemed very season 1-ish, like the villain I didn't understand. And what was her accent? It drove me crazy every time she spoke. And she was a pirate, but all she did was shoot speakers at people. And I mean, I'm not afraid of speakers. Are you afraid of speakers?
Is that what she was shooting? I'm not even clear. I've seen it twice. Okay.
Because at first I thought, were they being really loud? But no, she was just shooting speakers.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of speakers.
They weren't even playing anything. So I was like, why is everyone running away from this? Just plug your stuff into.
I mean, don't get hit by it. I do think that would hurt. But other than that.
Yes. And then the continuous gag with the police officer.
Nobody likes Roger.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Roger. There was a whole episode of
Roger Cop. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Roger.
I forgot about him.
We liked him in that episode, I think.
Yeah, but this episode, it's like, Roger, bro, what are you doing? Yeah. You're being a jerk.
Stop. Ladybug legit just told you to know.
It was pretty funny with the paddle boat, and then he was on a float. That was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I did appreciate that he was persistent enough to come back on a float, but also I feel like there are more boats in Paris than that.
Hot take, wow. Yeah.
Hot take.
Hot take. But and then I think I was also sort of annoyed because I thought Marinette was very well animated, and she looked really detailed and clean and pretty in terms of the way that they, I guess, created her in the 3D environment. But everyone else's character looked so chunky. It looked like it was put together at the last second, and they were like, Luca needs hair, actual hair, and they're like, it's fine in these chunks that won't move. And so I don't know, that kind of threw me off. And then Luca, like, everyone knows that Adrian and Marinette are endgame. Like, why are we doing this? I couldn't.
Like, I understand that Marinette is, like, a child, but, like, I am so over boy fever. Like, over it.
Like,
so
I've
intensely
only
over
just
it.
accepted, like, her obsession with Adrian.
Right.
Like,
Which is, like, stalkerish and weird. And then now we have this.
Yeah, and now here's a healthy relationship for Marinette. What do you think about that? She's 14. I mean, come on. But yeah.
But it's just so, like, the thing is, like, Marinette is so, like, well-spoken and, like, smart, and then every time she sees a boy, she goes stupid, and it's so frustrating.
Yeah, I think that's a problem of criticism of the show overall. But
yes, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like, but when you have episodes like this, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think you guys covered most of it, but this was not great, this episode. I think it's probably the worst of the season.
Easily, hands down.
Yeah. I think Prime Queen and Bafana also didn't have a lot to offer. But this one, really, there's nothing to me that really stands out except for Luca. And actually, I'm going to argue that Luca was the highlight of the episode because at least he's interesting.
Well, he's pretty. He has blue hair. Like,
right. At least,
and he's interested in Marinette, so I will give him that.
At least, like, the parts with Luca in it were notable, whereas I feel like I was struggling to grasp onto anything else that I had in this episode that was notable. These season 2 episodes have succeeded because they've had these, like, huge scenes. And I think there's, like, 3 aspects of the show which have really stood out this season, which is, mythology advancements that they've had, like through Master Fu and the Miraculouses and stuff, and then with, Alia and, you becoming the hero. Number 2 is, like, these crazy, Hawkmoth scenes, and like anything crazy Hawk, like him transforming, the reveal with him getting attacked, and then the biggest one, most of all, number 3, is the Adrian and Marinette romance scenes. These huge moments between all of them, the balcony scene, the scene where they take off the Miraculouses. There's a ton of them. I don't think this episode has any of those 3 things really notable.
I think they tried to, like, they were like, oh yeah, look how close she is to getting the Miraculous. And it's like, no, that's not happening. Like,
yeah, we did. It was very season 1 in that we didn't have any, like, Miraculous scare. There wasn't Hawkmoth doing anything particularly notable. And
I was so distracted by his eyebrows today.
Hawkmoth's?
Yeah, like
it's the same animation, Delaney. It's
literally, but it was just so distracting. I don't know, man.
Delaney, they literally reused this.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I think I was also very like shook because like he has almost directly caused like every other like akumatizing that he has done thus far this season. And this one was like out of the blue. I was questioning. I was like, does he have cameras around the city? Like, does he just sit up in his lair and he's like watching them and he's just waiting?
Yes, that's the point.
She looks mad. Let's akumatize her.
Okay,
like,
you're trying to call back on.
I mean, he can't just call everybody and make them mad and then akumatize them immediately after.
This is a traditional akumatizing. He's just stalking everyone from his tower, and he finds someone. And yes,
I like him throwing his cane at people and akumatizing them.
Yeah, we like the previous episode with him calling the same person and then akumatizing them. But
he's such a jerk.
Yeah, okay, we'll get back into that. But yeah, for now, yeah, and I think April's right on with the production issues. I think this is one of the worst looking episodes of the show, and it's a lot of reused. And if I have to see the whatever she's shooting at them behind the blue background with that's like 10 times in the episode, the same clip, and in different like directions they rotated it, but yeah,
they're just chains.
Chains. There you go. Chains. Yeah, we saw
and
just
her blowing up the bridge. It was the same, I think, every single time.
And I don't think the smoke looked that great. And
the only thing cool with the chains is when they like ran on them, and even that was only like kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I can latch onto visually is Marinette's character, who's always gorgeous looking. But
was this like a long lost season 1 episode, and they were like, "Oh, we should use it. We spent all this money, and then they just threw it in here." Because that's what it felt like.
I don't think so.
How much money can you spend on like this episode being like 56% reused animation?
I mean, that's harsh, but the show is, apparently, according to the Wikia, there's a whole scene of Adrian leaving, once he turns into a cat, him leaving his room that was literally reused from an earlier episode this season. So, the show, this is not new. The show has a ton of reused animation. It's just usually good at incorporating it, and like, it not being obvious that that's what's happening. This episode, it was not, I think, well incorporated.
No, it wasn't seamless. Like usually
this episode felt very chunky. Like, I know you said it looked chunky. It also just felt chunky. It'd be like, something happens, seize them. Something happens, seize them. And it'd be like, it was stupid.
Yeah, I think the Her as Pirate sections were very repetitive and very, they didn't have a logical flow to them.
They only had her for like so many lines, so they had to reuse what they could.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not true. But yeah, it's like, I think that it's not like it's a season 1 episode. It's not like anything else different. They've obviously been under production crunch. I just think it just shows how successful the rest of the season has been. They've had a bunch of hits in a row, and this is baseline. So I think that it's like, this is what the show normally is like. We've just had like an 80% success rate this season. So I do think I feel like this episode's rather than being like, oh, it's so bad itself, it's like it just highlights how good the rest of the season's been.
Well, no, this is just literal like season 1 whatever. So.
And I think this is like a slightly above average season 1 episode, I would say. So
probably mainly just because of the like less like it's a lower amount of horrible cat puns.
You say this, but I think this might have been our pun heaviest episode. Not just cat puns, but I think just like pirate puns. I think it's just because we were watching the dub of this. We should have mentioned that. We're watching the dub on Netflix. That's the only thing that's available. There's so many puns this episode. Oh my god, yeah, there's like half the dialogue, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to latch onto here except for Luca. So we got to talk a lot about Luca because the fandom.
I was like, oh god.
We're kind of detached from the fandom. But I try to keep up. And Luca has been a hot topic. We've known Luca's existed for months, and the fangirls are losing their minds because it's like, oh my god, competition for Adrian and another cute boy.
Competition. Adrian doesn't even know he's playing the game. Like...
Yeah, that's true. But in theory, eventually. But yeah, it's Luca's the most hotly anticipated animation character debut, I think, in a long time. But and pretty underwhelming. But I do think Luca was cool. I like Luca's design. I agree with April that he wasn't like, I don't know the technical term, but rendered. But he does his model ends up looking a little goofy. I like the concept of how he looks, I guess. And like the colors and stuff like that.
I like that too. Like I liked that his hair color matched his eyes.
Yeah, I did too.
Which is I realize like isn't like normal or anything like that. But I just thought that it was very interesting, especially since his sister has purple hair. Like,
that was the shock of the year.
that this is Julica's brother.
Yeah. Also, Julica and Luca. Are you kidding me?
I didn't even think about that. Okay. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and their mom, Anarka, yeah. And I guess...
Oh, God, quick, think of a name with a K in it. Let's just put a K in this name.
Yeah, we'd known this is Julica's brother, but you were shook, Delaney, when you learned this in the episode. I was
shook, I didn't know. I know what's going on. No, she was like, Mom, and I was like, what? Your mom's a pirate?
First of all,
how did your mom get this crazy accent?
Not only do you live on a houseboat, you live on a house pirate ship. What the heck?
Yeah, do we have comments about them living on a houseboat?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one, I think houseboats are really cool. I'm terrified of drowning. I would never live in a houseboat, but I'm that person on HGTV like, oh, it's houseboats. Let's look at the houseboats. Like, obviously a houseboat's a really cool concept. And, like, I liked it, except the fact that it was I was just confused the whole episode while she was a pirate. Like, so confused the whole time.
This episode is thematically pirates and music, and it's pirates and music. And
it's very confusing.
They decide to do these two themes and incorporate them, and it's like...
It's like when you're playing Game Dev Tycoon, and it's like, okay, pick your video game themes. And you're like, okay, like, what?
Yeah, because Anarka is very into pirates and very into music, and this is the music festival in Paris. And it's like, okay, I like pirates, I like them, I like music, so maybe this will be cool, but it's just very weird, I feel like, throughout the whole episode. Like, why are we just doing pirates the whole time?
It was very confusing.
Pirates that shoot speakers.
Yeah, because it's not just that. Because she's a pirate before she's akumatized, right? Like, not literally, but she acts like it.
That was the other thing too. Like whenever she like transformed into Captain Hardrock, like it wasn't that different. Like her character design wasn't like, it didn't stand like a pirate. Yeah, she just looked like a pirate with like hair standing up, and I'm like, oh, so they just gelled her hair up? Like, okay.
Like, they were just like, oh man, let's have this music festival episode. And somebody's like, but we haven't had a pirate episode yet. I think we're like contractually obligated to have a pirate episode. Like, what? This show makes no sense. Like, I love Miraculous Ladybug. I love this show. It's so great. But like, what? Like, I understand we're superheroes, but like, are we gonna have a ninja episode? Like, what are we thinking? Like,
we are gonna have a ninja.
Why do we have to have pirates? Like,
we're contractually obligated. You just said it. They're in modern day Paris, and they're like, we're gonna have a pirate episode. What? Why?
Yeah. I think the weird part is it seems normal. Like, it's like, okay, this is an episode of Ladybug.
Just like, yeah, we're hanging out on Julica's houseboat, and her mom just happens to be
in Paris.
In Paris, it's totally normal. It's chill. And not only is it a houseboat, it's a house pirate ship. What?
Yeah, you cannot show this to someone who doesn't watch the show as their first episode. They will have no idea what's going on.
Like, what is it? What?
Is this just a pirate show? Is this all? Yeah. Should be normal. Should be known as Zag.
Why is wearing a spotted leotard?
Like, these are the levels we have, okay? I understand modern day Paris. Okay. Marinette's parents run a pastry shop. That makes sense. Pastries are very French. Close. Like, as an American, I'm like, pastries are French. Cool. Okay, moving on. We got Chloe. She's spoiled and her dad's the mayor. Cool. Moving on. We have
Adrian. His dad is a fashion designer.
Fashion designer in Paris.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I'm sold. Even Alia's mom is like a super cool chef at a really fancy hotel in Paris. Sold. Understand. I will buy it. Got it. But now Julica's mom owns a houseboat. It's a pirate ship and she's a pirate. What?
This is a really good point. Most of the
this doesn't make any sense.
most of the parents work thematically in Paris, but this is very random. Yeah.
We even have at least Roger's a cop. Like.
Yeah, and Chloe's dad's the mayor of Paris. They're all very in theme. Yeah.
It very much makes sense.
In the Parisian theme, of course.
Why this? Yeah.
Why? Like, it's not even just even if it was just a houseboat, okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah. But then, it's a pirate ship and she's a pirate. Like, what do you do?
But also, why are there not other houseboats? Like, it seemed really, random and strange that also, she has a houseboat.
It's, big enough for you to actually have a houseboat on it, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't comment on that. But yeah, it's...
I'm just so confused.
This episode's very weird. Let's get back to Luca, because we got off topic.
Let's get...
Okay, who thought Luca was totally dreamy? That's my question.
Can we do on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, Delaney, you're the wrong person to ask this question. But is
scale of 1 to Adrian?
Yeah, on a scale of who's
1 to Adrian 10.
Yeah, 1 to Adrian. Where does Luca fall, Delaney?
A 6.
Okay, April, what do you think?
I was gonna give him a 7.
Okay, I feel like that's good. Yeah, sure. Yeah. 6 or 7. I guess I don't completely understand the fangirl obsession with him, but I guess I see it to a certain extent.
It's because his hair's blue. This is not hard to figure out.
Did you not see his black nail polish? He's got angst.
He is literally every OC ever. He plays the guitar.
Did Delaney, did Teen You write this OC?
You can hear the music in your heart. I'm gay.
Play it for you. No.
But no, Teen You. 12-year-old you, would you have written this OC? That's that question.
12-year-old me Zuko's ponytail. I'm not a standard example.
Yeah, I think so. I think you had this is your, yeah.
I was in love with Zuko with his dumb ponytail.
April, is Luca your OC? Is that what's happening?
No.
No?
Okay, the fact that his hair matches his eyes, is there any more OC thing than that?
Yeah, it's very... I will say, I was impressed by Luca's personality. I thought he was sweet.
Okay.
At first when he was
genuine.
Well, he was nice, but I'm still not over so he when he made fun of Marinette, I thought that was funny, but then he started playing the guitar and that was way too long and I was like, I'm gonna die.
Okay, the worst part is he's like, I talk better through this.
It was so annoying. I was like, please stop. And then Marinette put her hand on her heart, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to turn this off. Like, I was getting so mad. And my girlfriend and like my roommates were like, what is going on? Oh, this is really my roommate. The episode like just started. And she goes, have they figured out who each other are yet? I'm like, LOL. No.
Like 3 years later, oh yeah, checking in on the show. Do they know that? No, not even close.
That was so good. Don't you just ask that? I was like, LOL. Hilarious. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I just when he's like, I express myself through music. I'm like, oh, what is?
And he literally played like chords. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Made fun of Marinette for being all like stammery and stuff, and I'm like, you just spoke through a guitar. Come on now, like
you're not that cool.
I noticed the chord thing too. It's like, wow, this speaks to me. Like you played. Yeah, you didn't play anything. What?
I can't even play the guitar.
Literally nothing.
Like, you just play chords. I'm not impressed.
I feel like I could pick up a guitar and play that.
This is the okay, I played the violin for 9 years. This is like I picked up the violin and played the D major scale to an attempt to impress somebody. Like, no.
Delaney, I'm swooning right now.
Like, so stupid. Like, he's just like, oh, I'm just going to really be real cool and just pluck these strings. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Once we got past that, I think it was smooth sailing for Luca. But
Shut out of here.
But I think
podcast over.
I'll see if I can think of any more. But
yeah,
I thought but I thought it was cool how he like is perceptive towards Marinette's awkwardness. He's Marinette's introduction, at least in English. We'll see how she says it in French. She's like, I'm Mama Marinette. And Adrian doesn't seem aware, or at least doesn't vocalize that he's aware of it.
He just ignores her.
Right. But Luca understands that Marinette is being awkward here.
Yes.
Do we like that?
Is he the only person on the show who's perceptive enough to see through all of this ridiculousness?
Yeah. Because later
he did look straight at Ladybug and hit on Marinette.
Ladybug is Luca's like, Ladybug, what happened to Marinette? He's like, nope, you don't. You're stupid.
My girlfriend was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, you haven't watched the show enough to understand that I knew exactly how this was going to play out.
Yeah.
Wait, do we think Luca will be the only person to understand that Marinette is Ladybug?
That'd be so frustrating. Yeah.
Because Alia hasn't figured it out yet.
Yeah, no, he did not figure it out. But yeah, April, what do you think of Luca being perceiving Marinette's awkwardness?
I thought it was sweet because I thought it was sweet in like the sense that like I love that Alia gives Marinette like trouble for it. And so, like, he's just, like, sort of playing into it. And maybe he's trying to be, like, kind by, like, I guess, you know, like, making fun of it a little bit and making her feel less awkward. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, very understanding and sweet about it, I think.
Yeah. So, okay, I guess I like him in that regards, like, but I'm not going to, like, invest myself too much in this because everyone knows.
Why? Because it's a one-episode character?
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that, Dylan. The fandom just screamed.
I know, right? That's
so many comments.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Luca's great. He's I didn't mean he's...
Look, I think I would care more about Luca if we see him next episode. Do I think we're going to see Luca next episode? No, not at all.
Yeah. Like, well, okay, we can talk about that. Luca is equals Kagami from the fencing episode. This is a character that stands out as being more than just a one episode minor character. I don't think he's nearly
as cool as she is.
I think Kagami had more backstory. I think that's the difference. Kagami, it's like shocking that she hasn't been in the show since because we got a whole Kagami backstory. Luca, I think just is notable because Marinette likes him, and that in its like Marinette's never liked anyone except for Adrian. So this is like super notable. This character is important, and it probably means we have to see him again, right? Like,
but so then does this mean to suggest that in the future maybe we find Marinette pulling herself away from Adrian?
Oh, that's absurd.
Well, okay, but yes, it's not going to happen.
I still can't handle them not knowing who each other are. We can't have a love triangle. Like, I emotionally cannot handle this.
Yeah, but Delaney, what about Kagami and Adrian.
I
as a
don't want
love
the drama,
square.
Dylan. I don't want it.
But Delaney, what about
Love
the love
square.
square of them with their identities and without their identities, and you add in Kagami and
I'm
Luca?
so tired.
But
And
Delaney,
then we
what
added
if wait, what?
Shut
Yeah,
up,
what
Dylan.
about?
It's gonna become like a dodecahedron.
But
I'm
yeah,
tired of it.
exactly, April. What about
God.
Chloe and Alia and Nino and their own
And
identities?
their identities.
And-
I'm so tired. So tired.
I
Yeah,
think this is 14, 15. Yeah.
And
Like
then
5
can
years
we
of my
also
life.
get Julika in here somehow? Like,
Yeah.
maybe
Julica and Rose are forever. Shut up.
Yeah. Side note: Julika and Rose. It's in
Oh,
the
it's
background, but there's 2 shots of them like clinging to each other.
Oh, it's
In this
cute.
episode.
adorable.
Yeah.
I love it.
Also, it's presented as 3, like on the boat. There's a shot of like 3 groups of people. It's Ivan and Mylene, Nino and Alia, who unfortunately are together, and then Julika and Rose. And it's like they're presented as a couple alongside those other 2.
okay, so
Good stuff.
has Nino's voice, like I guess dubbed voice actor, I don't like his voice. It bothers
Yeah,
me
Shaka
so
Bra.
much.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
the
don't like
obvious- the only
Nina's
solution
voice?
Is we have to watch this show only in French. It's the only way to tolerate it.
That wasn't an option today.
I know, it sucks.
Netflix.
I
Usually,
hated
Netflix has the
it.
French audio. They
No,
did
every
not.
time we have to watch the English dub, I'm like, no.
No.
I think Nino
really
sounds a little
tried.
similar in French. He also sounds very frat.
I
bro
like him
yeah.
better in French.
He's better in French, though. Yeah.
I don't understand why he sounds frat broy. Like, you're a nerd and like you wear a ball cap. Like, I don't.
I think
like,
he's in spite of his glasses, and I think he's supposed to be like he's a DJ. We don't remember because he hasn't been on the show ever. But
Okay,
he's-
that's so, like I understand that like in Europe being a DJ is different, but like, to me that's so funny. Like, you're the lamest person, but okay.
He's a Euro whatever DJ. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, Nino. That's the requisite amount of Nino discussion because he does talk, but is unimportant in this episode.
Yes.
But
Yeah, for you.
back to Luca, guys. Jeez.
Okay.
Oh
So
my God.
you need to talk about Luca because he's the most vital character in the show, and
Obviously.
we didn't talk about this big moment between him and Marinette when Tiki breaks them out. And Luca's like, how did you do that? And Marinette's like, just lying out of the seat of her face. Like, it was this guitar pick. And he's like, wow. And then they like,
You're so magical.
That was you're such a magician. Like, wow, okay.
no, it's my imaginary weird animal. It's
really,
immortal friend.
really wish they would have shown the big shot and just all you like looking at like Marinette like, please.
Yes, how did I cannot.
Yeah, but then the best part is they're like holding hands and they gaze into each other's eyes.
And then Ollie's like, y'all.
Yeah,
And
no,
then he
like,
has that moment with Marinette as Ladybug too. Whenever she picks him up,
don't get ahead of ourselves. April, what did you think of this huge moment with them breaking him out? This is the most notable scene of the episode, April.
Oh my gosh, it was so magical.
Thank you. That's the proper answer. April Delaney, what did you think of this scene?
It made me roll my eyes. It was another moment where I wanted to turn my TV off.
No, that's the wrong answer.
No.
Wait, I thought they.
Delaney, we're trying to pander to the fangirls. Why didn't you just supposed to?
When have we ever painted to the fangirls, Dylan? We
Wait.
roast Cat Noir every podcast.
We're pandering to the oh my god, Luca. He's dreamy. This
I'm
is such
so
a dreamy
sorry.
moment.
Luca is the best character
Thank
ever since Marinette came onto the show.
No, they don't even like Marinette that much. It's all about Adrian.
Yeah, it's all you don't know
Okay.
anything. Okay, it's all about Adrian and
I
Cat
don't
Noir.
subscribe to the fandom. I'm so sorry.
We love Luca. This moment was. I actually liked this moment. I thought it was at least notable, right? Like it would have been better if it was Adrian and Marinette. Then it would have been the big moment we'd been waiting for, right? But instead it's Luca, so whatever.
Maybe that's why I don't like it as much.
But yeah, as referenced, Ladybug comes and breaks them out, and Luca's like,
Where's Marinette?
Where's Marinette? And Ladybug's like, she's the one that told me to come here.
Mhm.
She's the one who alerted me. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
buy herself.
Alerted.
Why couldn't you
Can
have
you
come up with that
text
lie
us?
like 25 episodes ago?
Yeah, that's much better than what she normally says. I agree. Why isn't she like Peter Parkering with her being like, I'm the one who knows Ladybug? Yeah.
Okay,
Also,
I'm still
Okay,
like,
if he knows that Marinette did not go out the window, then how did she?
Yeah, that's a
one,
good question.
physically and magically disappear from the ship, and then 2, alert Ladybug. There are so many holes in this
doesn't
story.
matter.
It doesn't.
No, the funny thing is, like, when she, like, came out from under the bed, I was like, okay, now I know her cover story. She got trapped under there. So then I was shocked that she actually came up with something better than that.
Yeah, Luca doesn't seem very smart.
No, not at all.
Luca.
Okay. Yeah, and
Just
then
like everyone else in the show.
yeah, he's not special. Everyone's dumb. But
Everyone's dumb.
yeah, Luca's like, and then Luca says that girl's unbelievably brave.
Oh,
Because she called.
because she
Ladybugs.
alerted ladybugs from inside the bed.
Incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if she thinks she's still in the bed or she broke out. Yeah,
No.
but I think we're burying the lead here with the Luca and Marinette stuff because there's one metaphor that we keep going back to with regards to.
I am so tired of that stupid magnet.
What is the magnet? It's just this like a rock hand.
It's
Yeah.
so good. So, like, we see that scene,
wasn't
and my
even a
girlfriend's like,
magnet,
that'll
it
be
was
important
metal.
later.
Metal does not disrupt.
Yeah, right. It seems like
compasses.
it's going to be important later. Wait, hold. Come back to that thought. That's going to be important. What do we? Yeah, it doesn't come back, right?
No.
Also, that's not how compasses work.
Yeah. Well, why isn't this how compasses work?
Because compasses are not affected by metal; they're affected by magnets.
Magnets.
That is simple
That's how it
science,
works.
guys.
It's
Are you
Earth
saying that
is
this show doesn't
magnetic.
make any sense? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Whoa, Dylan! I would never suggest that the show doesn't make sense.
Like,
Is that what
the
you're
show is targeted at people from the ages of like 7 to 12, and like this is knowledge they know.
Delaney, I thought you were
Basic
gonna
science.
say this is targeted from people from the age to like the Bronze Age, like their understanding of science.
No, I mean people who are 7 to 12 years old watch the show, and like they know that's not they know how magnets work.
Yeah, I feel like kids would be more likely to know how that works because that's like type of thing they teach you in school. Yeah.
They
Yes,
literally
no,
just
exactly.
learned
They,
it in
like-
science class last
Like
week.
you're 9 and you're an expert on magnets.
Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't work. Okay, so we've established that. But we have this metaphor where Marinette, this is my favorite line of the episode. I cracked up just this whole exchange.
Oh, God.
Marinette says, maybe I'm just like the statue and Adrian's my compass.
This is another moment where I wanted to turn the television off. Actually, when she said that, I was like, I'm not going to like this episode. And I was correct.
Oh my god, I thought that was so funny. This whole metaphor, and we just but then we roll with it throughout the whole episode.
It's terrible.
Yeah, we just keep it. And even Alia subscribes to it.
Yeah,
so
Alia's like the instigator for this.
she really
Alia
is.
is such a punk. I love her.
Alia at the end, Marinette sees Alia is such a punk. I think that's a good description of her character. But Alia sees Marinette sees Luca and Adrian, and Alia says, "Is the compass going crazy?"
Yeah, that was good. And then, like, okay, the eye thing made me really uncomfortable.
What eye thing?
When she, like, rolls her eyes all over the place.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
she's like, yeah, she says it's going crazy. Yeah, that was earlier, right? Or is that here?
I don't remember.
No.
Oh yeah,
But
no.
doesn't
She says
Alia-
only. Oh no, I got the line.
Only Adrian.
Yeah,
makes
Marinette
that.
says only one statue drives this compass crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Didn't Alia also say something whenever like they were, I guess, practicing on the boat and how
And she's, like, staring at Luca.
yeah, she's just staring at Luca and he's staring at her and then Alia says she said something sassy and I didn't write it down, but it was great. So
Yeah, but this what do we think of the statue compass metaphor?
It's
I hate
incorrect
it.
and stupid.
Tell me what you really feel. Jeez. This isn't intellectual and heartwarming and like poetic, no?
I think it would be better if Marinette wasn't so like scrambled to be like, what? No, I only love Adrian. Like, but she's very like, if she had been like, oh no, like I guess more coy in it, but she's very like she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar kind of thing. Like,
I think she's like trying to reassure herself because her whole identity as a human being.
oh yeah, that's
Her whole
right.
self-image is based around liking Adrian, and she's like, I'm capable of finding another boy attractive. Oh my god, I must reject this in order to maintain a sense of sanity. Like she needs this. I don't think she believes. She's forcing herself not to believe it that she likes Luca.
She couldn't because Adrian is perfect. and no
her
other
whole
boy
life
compares.
surrounds stalking Adrian and watching his ad over and over. Yeah,
Exactly.
it is. She needs to maintain this image of her, but I don't buy it. I think do we agree that she does in fact like Luca?
Oh,
I think she does.
What does this mean for the show? That Marinette is
Nothing,
capable
because
of...
Luca is a one-time character.
Okay, how about let's look at this conceptually. What does it mean given that Marinette is capable of liking other boys?
Oh God, she's
Dylan, you're gonna
great.
break the fandom
I know.
because, like, that if she's capable of liking other boys, then she could like someone other than Adrian. She could.
Alia?
She yes, she could like Alia. I would 100%
Please.
support this. Yes, like that would be new true endgame.
New true
But-
endgame. We've neglected to talk about the best moment of the episode, Delaney, when Alia and Marinette hug at the end of the episode.
Oh, it was so good.
Did that save the episode?
It didn't save it, but I was like, good.
No, the best part of the episode is the singing at the end, which we
Oh
haven't
my God,
gotten
okay.
to.
Yeah,
No,
that's
there were-
okay. You're right. You're right.
So what do we think of? So what's our review of Kitty Section? Their band with Rose as the singer. I Love Unicorns is her lyric.
Screamo death metal.
Primo death metal. Yeah.
So I didn't even hear. I couldn't understand the second word, but I was like, okay, her brand's named after kitties. I'm sold. And then, so it's Rose, and it's hilarious. And she starts going screamo. Like, is there anything better than that? Like, no, it's great.
No.
I had to turn the subtitles on. Kitty Section. I Love Unicorns. It's like something about puppies, and yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
And now we know what Julica sees in Rose because deep down they like the same things.
Yep.
Unicorns.
What?
Unicorns. Puppies.
Yes.
Death
Yes.
metal. Yeah. Okay.
All of the things that you should like at that age.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. That ending was terrible.
Well, it's magical.
so.
Well, I had the payoff of seeing them perform, and then I didn't realize Marinette wasn't in the band, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
I didn't understand who was in the band. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
I
side
was
character
in
band.
the
Yeah.
band.
Also, I felt really bad because no one showed up to watch them play except Adrian. So
Right. Was there an audience? Because they're trying to talk to the. I don't
Marinette
think
and
there's.
Alia were the audience.
Yeah.
and Adrian. That was
No,
the audience.
Adrian played
Adrian was
keyboard.
in the band. Yeah. Yeah. It was a fitting end to a zany, weird episode. So, but it was bad. Back to Luca. Back to Luca.
Oh, God.
Back
because
to Luca. Okay, that's fair, Dylan, because he's only going to be in this one episode, so we have to get all the Luca
You
talking while we
shut your
can.
mouth. Luca is going to be a main character now.
Look, I would love it if he was a main character. I think that would
Would
be
you?
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it would show continuity in this show.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't do that because we don't recur episodes yet. Oh man. Yeah, it's shocking to me Kagami has not been in a second episode and doesn't seem to be. I'm not convinced either Kagami or Luca will be in season 2. I do think we'll bring him back for a future season though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But it'll be super, one-off-ish. Does that make sense?
Luca is part of Julica's family, so he could just appear whenever. Like you don't need to, yeah. And Kagami goes to their school, so there's a position where we could just see them
Right, because Alia had twin sisters that we didn't even know about until.
They existed in the Christmas special, and so,
I don't remember them in the Christmas special.
Yeah, maybe we'll see Luca as a background character now. Oh, but I forgot I was going to talk about this. How old is Luca?
I think he's older than them.
He's got to be 16.
He's
17.
really tall.
Well,
he's very
he's
angsty.
Julica's older brother.
Okay,
but
so if they're 15 or 14,
they're 14. Yeah,
that's right, 14. So he's
He's
probably
unattainable. Look, Adrian's safe.
right. Isn't he too old for Marinette? Marinette's
too old.
14.
yeah.
He's
Even if he's
unattainable.
16, that's too old.
Yeah. So is it bad that he was flirting with Marinette?
If he's 16, it's fine.
If he's
But
17 is too old, right?
17
And then-
pushing it.
17 sketchy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's 15. All these people look way older than they are, so maybe he's just 15.
Oh yeah, I remember how shook we were when we found out Marinette
Marinette's
was
14th
turning
birthday
14.
party. Yeah. So stupid. Okay. I feel like we haven't talked about half this episode somehow, but the compass thing, that was
No.
maybe I'm just like the statue and Adrian's my compass. Oh my god. How about Plag moments in this episode?
His concert was beautiful.
Yeah, Plag's private concert for Adrian. Was this the best Plag moment of the season, of the show?
I honestly think yes. It was really funny, and
I
I
think
actually
so,
enjoyed
too.
it.
I did too. I thought it was very sweet because he was trying to cheer up Adrian. So I will give him this moment, even if his song was about cheese. So.
Well, yeah, duh. But yeah, I liked him caring about Adrian. Yeah. And then there's this other exchange. Adrian says, "I may be grounded, Plog, but there's that they're playing my song," and Plog's like, "Yeah, I know it by heart."
It played into the like.
They're clearly trying to shoehorn in the music thing.
Yeah, we're trying to make the music thing work, you guys.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, but Plog hates transforming. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really awkward whenever you say claws out, so. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, he has to become his clothes. So.
I miss Transformawa.
Where's Transformawa? Let's talk about Captain Hardrock. Do we like her as a villain?
No.
No?
She looked cool, but other than that, I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah, I thought her design's good. She's like red hair. She's a cool sword.
The sword was kind of cool. And I enjoyed that they, I guess they kind of incorporated that, like, Adrian does fencing. And so he was, like, fencing with her. So that I'll give that. But I hated that she just shot speakers out of her cannon. Like, that does nothing.
Chains.
Yeah, and chains.
So many chains.
And blows up bridges. How is she blowing up bridges when all she does is shoot speakers out of her cannons? I don't understand. And I felt bad for Cat whenever he tried to like claw up the sail. And I was like, you can't claw that up. That's a giant speaker. What are you doing? You're just going to scratch it.
Yeah, so apparently her ship is indestructible, but then he cataclysms it at the end.
I mean...
I guess Cataclysm beats Indestructible. So.
Well, yeah, because the Cat Noir and the Ladybug Miraculouses are the
most powerful. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They're the main two, and Hawkmoth's is secondary. But yeah, she's trying to destroy the music festivals. Bunch of pirate puns. There's like chain puns I've written down. I don't remember what that was, but yeah, apparently. And then there's the stuff with
was that line about, I guess you're chained to me forever or whatever.
Yeah, there's sections of this episode with the pirate stuff that just like all barely registered to me watching, to be honest. Yeah. They're just kind of happening.
There was like fish puns too that.
Yeah, I wonder if the French version is as pun heavy, but we wouldn't get it anyway. So, but yeah, the cop, which is who's Chloe? Sabrina's dad, right? And he keeps trying to come back. We talked about that. By the way, I forgot to mention this. I'm officially having Chloe withdrawal right now.
Yeah,
we haven't seen her in so many episodes. Where has she been?
Is the last time she was in the show episode 2?
It's been a while.
Has she been in since Despair Bear? I don't even remember her being in the show. She's like a main character in Despair Bear. But yeah, the show has really said, until we do the Chloe hero thing, we're just not going to show her. And that's, I don't know. As Chloe's number one fan,
I mean, she's not my favorite character, but it just seems odd that she's not there.
Dylan's dying.
Yeah, Dylan's dying inside, but also...
Well, Chloe no longer my favorite character because Luca's my favorite character.
No, my God.
Dylan, why? But, like, it's interesting that, because we are making strides in, like, strengthening, like, the Ladybug and the Cat and the Adrian and the Marinette, like, relationships. And so it's interesting that Chloe's always been sort of that, like, inhibitor. Or like she's always been in the way, and that we're taking her out, and we're sort of like showing like, oh look, like they may actually like each other, or look, they're kind of affectionate towards each other. You know, like it's kind of interesting that sort of, I guess, result of that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how we use Chloe when we start her, because we haven't done a ton towards humanizing her yet, and she's going to be hero. So I wait the Chloe arc that's coming,
or she's going to be a villain.
Yeah, maybe she's the Hawkmoth sidekick. That'd be great. But no, I mean she is already unintentionally Hawkmoth's sidekick, as established many times.
That's true.
Yeah, at the end of this episode, Marinette lucky charms another chain.
She's like, what?
It's like, yay, more. And then they capsize the boat onto land, and then he cataclysms it. I do like the logic of we can't just destroy it because there's the hostages, and then, yeah.
Yeah, tell us how you know there's people in the in the bottom of the boat, not Marinette.
Okay. Yeah, no one would be smart enough to question that. That's the problem. Who's questioning it?
Me.
Yeah, you. Okay. So yeah, it's true. Why does she know that? But one of the probably best scenes of the episode we haven't talked about is Adrian's duet with his dad playing piano.
I thought that was very sweet.
I really liked it.
I was gonna say that's another we kind of have lately we've been getting these really nice tidbits of Adrian and Gabriel sort of bonding, and I thought it paired really well with the last episode because he is Dad, play with me, play with me or let me go to the concert or whatever, and then his dad did both, and I thought it was very, very sweet and very charming, and it kind of shows that Gabriel's trying to maybe connect, if not protect Adrian a little bit, or sort of build that bond, especially because trust was such a big theme of the last episode. So I thought that was very, very pretty.
Yeah. I think this further humanizes Gabriel. We talked about that a lot last podcast, and potentially is furthering, as much as this episode has nothing to do with anything, I do think we're kind of the biggest result is Gabriel and Adrian and Gabriel's relationship, and where we're potentially headed with Hawkmoth. So I liked the duet, and that was a sweet scene. The Adrian content in this episode was super basic, very season 1. It's you have to stay, and you didn't get your piano right, you can't go someplace.
Yeah, it was very
as soon as he made the mistake, you knew Adrian's not leaving this house tonight.
As soon as Adrian did it, Adrian was darn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, we've seen that a million times, but the progression was the duet part, and Tim
really
getting to go out.
Mm-hmm.
There finally seemed a point to it, instead of all those other scenes we've had where it's oh, no, Adrian's dad just sucks, bye.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's why this is a season 2 episode. It's because it doesn't just end with Adrian being kept in. It ends with some progression with Gabriel. So I other than the small moments we've mentioned, the hug, and I think this is the best substantial scene of the episode. Yeah.
I think so too. It also it makes me wonder if the fact that we're building the Adrian and his dad relationship, if that's going to come into play later. Is Adrian going to find out that his dad is Hawkmoth, and and also that his dad is keeping his mom in the basement, or
Rip, yeah.
but especially because the last episode, they're talking about the building of the trust, and so it speaks a lot that Gabriel would be yes, I will play this duet with you, but I'm also going to let you go out with your friends, and so why build this relationship if we're not going to have to encompass it later? So
yeah, I think we're leading somewhere. Whether it be the death of Gabriel, the revival of Mom, through the Miraculouses,
the death of Adrian.
Yeah, see other podcasts for our theory on that. But yeah, we're clearly going somewhere, so I think that's good. And then at the end, Adrian joins joins the band, meets Luca. And they have a moment. So what's our read on this? Are we feeling the romance between Luca and Adrian?
Yes.
Yes. It's happening.
Could be. We had a moment.
They stared too long at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the feelings coming from?
And Luca's clearly just a gentleman. He'll help anybody up.
Yeah, that's right. Luca is a gentleman, so...
Yeah, this would be great if this was a thing, actually. But I mean, clearly they're not really doing anything with it. And Marinette's it's played for the moment of being the two cute boys. Oh my gosh! Is the compass going crazy?
Touching, they're interacting with each other. What is my heart to do? Oh, it's a flutter.
Oh, it's a flutter! Wow, yeah.
You're welcome.
That's Marinette's internal, monologue. It's breaking Marinette's, seeing them. But it would be great if Adrian liked boys. That would be incredible. That would be like the best thing ever on the show.
You know, like bisexual.
Yes,
kind of
bi
thing.
Adrian, please. Like,
Please.
and, yeah.
Yes, I would love that.
That's the real love triangle we would like. Is not Luca and Marinette, Luca and Adrian, and then Marinette and Adrian in the center. Yeah.
Yes.
I like the gasp. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Well played, yes. Got
yeah.
it.
So that's the true OTP. Okay. I got nothing else here. I think we've covered all of this extensive, intricate, vital episode. Delaney, what are your last thoughts here?
This episode was not that great. There were some good moments in it. Overall, was not that big of a fan. I still love Ladybug, obviously. Just a reminder of how far we've come.
You seem very enthused. Okay.
Very enthused.
Yeah, at least we got some good enthusiasm in certain topics here. April, final thoughts.
I agree. This episode is just a reminder and further appreciates previous episodes. And there were small good moments, but you know, again, I thought it was a very like low tier episode. So I still look forward to future episodes and seeing where we go with this. And I will miss Luca terribly.
Forever.
Rip. Yeah.
Rip.
Rip.
Yeah. Luca back next episode. It's gonna be great. No, but in our hearts, he will always remain. Right.
Get it tattooed on our arms. The heart.
Marinette's Marinette's getting an Adrian tattoo and then a Luca tattoo. Yeah.
One on each arm.
Yeah, exactly. That's the show. Okay, done.
Done.
Figured out the ending. Okay, so, yeah, it wasn't great, but I don't know, still fun enough. But hopefully expecting more from the next episode, which probably is Zombie Zoo, and well, it's not spelled like Z-O-O, like Zuby Zoo, and potentially out in 2 weeks in Canada. So we might not have that long for our next Ladybug episode. And who knows when the next Netflix dump will come? Probably in like a year at this rate. But
October.
I think that's optimistic. Like,
that's severely optimistic.
Yeah, at this rate, it's not.
Have they? Well, I guess they finished the next episode, correct?
There's no evidence that they've. I mean, Canada seems to have an intent to air it soon, so they're probably done or close to done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all we can ask for. But yeah, there's a tweet. It's like, when's the next one coming out? And Ladybug official Twitter is like, after the delays for part 1, we really don't want to commit to anything here. So that's the official account. So yeah, we'll see.
Delays? I thought this was all according to plan.
This was all according. Yeah, no. For reference, all of season 2, all 26 episodes, were supposed to be out in December. So this is. Yeah, we're very delayed here. Okay. It could have been only 13 as the plan, but we didn't even get 13. We got just 12 plus the Christmas episode of this dump. And, yeah, so we'll see coming. Well, let us know your thoughts on Captain Hardrock. Tell us how much you love Luca and how he's the best character ever, and, how you're shipping Luca and Adrian. That part's real. Yeah, do it forever. Come talk about it with us on our Discord, overlyanimated.com/Discord. Subscribe to us on YouTube, wherever you're listening, to not miss anything else. Consider becoming a patron, patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to all of our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Hugh, aka Hugh Neutron. And thanks as always to our patron executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, Alex, Andy, and Hugh. Check out our other podcasts at overlyanimated.com. Star vs. Force of Evil, we're getting to the end of season 3B. I know there's a big crossover with Star and Ladybug fans. We're doing a ton of Star podcasts. Check that out. Final Space, if you're into that. We did Steven Universe recently. We'll have some more up on that later. Find all that at overlyanimated.com. And thank you guys very much for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.